The Boston Massacre, March 5, 1770, a night that changed America forever. It was a cold evening in Boston, the streets covered in snow and tension. For years, the people of Boston had grown angry with the British soldiers who walked their streets. The King of England had sent these red-coated soldiers to keep order, but to the colonists they felt more like a threat than protectors. Taxes on tea, paper, and everyday goods had already made the colonists furious. They shouted, "No taxation without representation," because they had no voice in the British government that taxed them. That night, a group of young men and boys began to taunt a British guard standing outside the custom house. "Go back to England," they yelled, throwing snowballs, ice, and even oyster shells. The guard called for help, and soon more soldiers arrived, 8 redcoats in total, led by Captain Thomas Preston. The crowd grew larger, angrier, louder. Bells rang through the city, and people rushed to see what was happening. Some shouted insults, others waved sticks or clubs. In the chaos, someone threw a rock. A soldier slipped on the ice, and suddenly a gunshot rang out. Then another, and another. When the smoke cleared, 5 colonists lay dead on the street. One of them was Crispus Attucks, a man of African and Native American descent, later remembered as the first to die for American freedom. The news spread quickly. The colonists called it the Boston Massacre, a shocking act of violence that showed how dangerous British rule had become. But even in this tragedy, something remarkable happened. The British soldiers were put on trial, and John Adams, who would one day become the second president of the United States, defended them. He argued that everyone, even those seen as enemies, deserved a fair trial. Most of the soldiers were found not guilty, proving that justice still mattered even in anger. The Boston Massacre became a turning point. It united the colonies, fueling their determination to fight for liberty. Just 5 years later, the American Revolution began. What started as snowballs and shouting ended as one of the sparks that lit the fire of freedom.